Hello everyone. So today I'm going to do the daily speaking like this, but I'm also compensating for the other 2 days I haven't done it. So today we're going to speak as twice as much, but I will try to speak a little bit less and a little bit smaller since my voice haven't fully recovered yet. Okay, so uh, part two. Guys, so our first part two question is describe a person who works in the medical field. Doctor, nurse, vet, recommendation. What it says who this person is, how did I know about him or her, what how he or she does in the job, and then how you feel about him or her. Okay, so let's start. A person I know who works in the medical fields is my cousin, who is a nurse at a large public hospital in Ho Chi Minh City. She's been working there for almost 6 years already, and I always admire her patience and her dedications for her job. Well, I first know about her job since our families hardly ever meet. Uh, that my cousin's family, so I me myself didn't know much about her informations, but I got to know about her job when I visited her during a family health checkup. We uh co yeah accidentally coincidentally accidentally went to the same hospital as she was working in. And at the time it was in the weekend, so the associate feel really busy and really stressful. She was still really energetic and she's moved around really confidently, helping all the nurses, helping the doctors, and uh, checking the conditions of all the patients. Yeah, and this was also the first time I, it was also the first time I saw her working so uh, hard. Yeah, that's the first time I saw her so hardworking. Since my impression of her in the past was she was being really lazy, and every time we arrive at her home, I always see her lying on the bed sleeping or inside her room playing with her phones. But now I understand that she was just really tired after a night shift at the hospital the day before. And I really impressed by her responsibility. She often worked long shift, sometimes overnight, but she never complained actually. She once told me that being a nurse isn't just about medical skill, it's just about your patience, your empathy, and your communication, and also staying calm in emergencies. Okay, next question. Why do some people want to be doctor? Well, I think there's a various reasons to it. First of all, it's about the job stability. Yeah, doctor right now in the past or in the future is one of the most respected job, and so it's the most respected job, and also the job that hard like cannot lose, the job since we don't believe AI to be responsible for human life. So having real doctors will always be uh, uh, just like an insurance fund. Also, it would be maybe because of their goodness. They want to save people, they want to help people, and they are really impressed by the meaningful profession of being a doctor. Okay, next, do you think it's difficult to become a doctor? Uh, yes, from what I've heard and observed through some of my relatives, my cousin, or my older friends, and the academic requirements are very demanding. Students in Vietnam must study at least 8 years or often more to become uh, a nurse, not even a real doctor, but you can only help them. Um, and you also need to work in very extreme environment med, like you need to stay close to patients, working night long hours, and the workload is very intense too. And the pressure is really outrageous. Next, do you think studying biology in school makes students healthier? Well, studying biology can definitely make students more aware of their bodies, but it doesn't automatically help them to become healthier. Um, Biology only gives them scientific information. The rest would depend upon them. If they actually do as the biology books actually recommend, they re- it can really encourage healthier habits. However, if student don't apply those knowledge into real life, into their lifestyle, it would not really work at all. All right, next question. The one I just talking about, the topic I was just talking about was the one for Wednesday, and now we'll be doing for Thursday. Do you like chatting with friends? Like, gosh, yes, I do. Chatting with friends is a really great way to win and stay connected. It helped me to keep up what's going on surround me, the trend, the stories, like every and also relationships around me. And okay, what do you usually chat about with your friends? Well, there are all sorts of topics such as our uh, schools, our daily life, maybe our plans for the futures. But the topic that we spent a lot of time on was is gaming because me and my friends have a lot in common when we're talking about games. So we usually change shift to that topic after a while if we couldn't find anything else to talk about other topics. Do you prefer to chat with a group of friends or with only one friend? Well, even though talking with a group of friends sounds really interesting, also sociable, but I prefer talking to a single friend. Since sometimes when I'm talking to uh, too many people, it feels like I was being the one who got left out of the conversation and could not follow what they're talking about. Uh, yeah, and but the talking face to face with only one person allow me to follow the stream of the conversations and also understand. It can also help me to express more of myself rather than just waiting for too long till it's my turn to speak. Uh, do you prefer to communicate face to face or via social media? Uh, of course, I prefer face to face communication because it feels more natural. I can read people expressions and reactions so that I can change my method of communicating with them so that it suits them well so it can make my our conversation flow a little bit better. Do you argue with friend? Oh, if I have to say, it would be really occasionally or often. We usually have really some small disagreements, and but I think they're usually really harmless. Most of the time we try to talk things calmly, and argument actually help us to understand each other idea a little bit better before. But sometimes we still have big arguments and we got angry with each other for a few days and we just uh, talk back to each other just a few days later, just that and completely forget what happened before. Uh, uh, next topic. Oh, it's so hard to move. Right. Describe a person who likes going blends. A person I know who really loves growing land is my aunt, who live in a uh, who live in quite an area and not really far away from my house. She's been really passionate about gardening for as long as I can remember, and her home is surrounded with greenery. Yes, well, most of the time I visit her, it will be about weekends or sometimes I have some free time to travel around, and every time I arrive, I always sees her working in the garden, like watering flower, planting more trees, cutting off like the extra leaf and also decorating her own garden. She grow quite a lot of plants, so the garden is like full of colors. And also since her garden is quite big, there's some there are a lot of fruit trees too, and also vegetable that allow me every time I come there to enjoy freshly food since she doesn't use any pesticide or any harmful toxifications. Uh, Non-harmful toxins, and she care for them by her own health and by her own using some really safe mechanic methods to clear all the to all the worm and caterpillars wanting to eat her leaves, but everything is safe and edible. And when I was small, I wonder why she's really loved gardening. Since at that time, I see gardening as a really boring activity. She said that it was a really good way to relax and connect to nature. She enjoyed watching plants grow day by day. She loved the feeling of harvesting the vegetables and everything she had put a lot of effort into. And she also believed that growing plants teaches patience and responsibility, just like how taking care of pets would work. And, oh, and there's one thing about it. Her garden had become a really popular place for people around the area. Like there's a lot of kids who travel to her gardens, asking for some fruit or staying there helping her to play, as helping her to grow the garden. And also there's a lot of old people or even young people who usually come over and participate all the activities with her. She's also really friendly and wouldn't mind to teach people how to grow plant effectively. Yeah, she's even taught me how to grow some kind of flowers like roses. Uh, I did try once, but failed miserably. Maybe I don't have green hands, I guess. Okay, see you.